This week on Wide Out Adventures, we explore the largest underground lake in the US, enjoy the mesmerizing art of glass blowing, and savor the unique flavors of the region with our first ever muscadine wine tasting. Well, it's another beautiful day in Tennessee. The fall colors are absolutely stunning, and we are out on the road again, off to see the Lost Adventure? Wait,
Lost Sea.
The Lost Sea. Yes, the Lost Sea Adventure, which is basically underground, the largest U.S. underground lake. It's in the Guinness World Book of Records. It is about an hour and 15-minute tour around about a 3/4 of a mile underground trail system that goes through the cave. Apparently there's wide walkways. It's not going to be narrow like we were in yesterday. They look quite accessible, but it looks really cool. So they'll give us a full geological explanation of the caves and whatnot, and yeah, we're gonna go check it out.
Kind of cool thing is sometimes you have to plan your adventures around the cool places. In this case, we just happen to be in Athens, Tennessee, and we're looking for cool things around here, and there's a ton of them. And this one isn't just an underground lake. We're gonna go for a boat ride. I want to go for a boat ride. There's no lakes around here, but there's one underground. What do you know?
Having some time to spare before our tour started, we made our way to the old Sweetwater Village situated on site. It featured log cabins housing a general store, cafe, ice cream parlor, gem mine, and our personal favorite, glass blown art. I like all the color, eh? Unbelievable.
I swear it's an illusion.
We were truly impressed by the meticulous details of the pieces, and were treated to a live demonstration of glass blowing, skillfully presented by Van Camp. Is that a dragon? Or an eagle? Beautiful day for this. And luckily for us, there was a nature trail right behind the glass blowing cabin. Yeah. Good fit.
Favorite video game called Fallout.
Yeah.
I don't know when I played Fallout 1, 2, 3, and I think the Fallout 4 is the latest version, but Prime is making a TV series about Fallout. They're creating the video game. It's a post-nuclear apocalypse cool, fun game. I haven't played a video game in 3 years, but that looks like it's at a Nuketown.
Oh, I think I remember.
They need to see how they do this post-apocalyptic.
Cool.
Oh, there's some ankle breakers in here. Already 6 minutes left.
Today? I don't think we're gonna have time, babe.
No, we're not going far. Let's turn and go back. That's the 4-3-minute mark. We'll go back. 4-minute mark. Maybe we'll do something interesting between now and then.
Well, I could flash at my boots.
Ah! Normally I would say we'll come back and do the trail after the Lost Sea.
Yeah.
But if there's a wine tour next, that's where we're going next.
Before long, it was time to head back for our Lost Sea adventure tour. The Lost Sea is located 140 feet underground and is part of an extensive and historic cave system called Craighead Caverns. This cave is full of history and geological formations. A wide range of indigenous artifacts, including pottery, arrowheads, weapons, and jewelry, have been found, testifying to the use of the cave by the Cherokees. The first white settlers also discovered the caves in the 1820s upon arriving to the Tennessee Valley.
See up top, all the amber coloration is called drapery. Drapery is made out of iron oxide buildup. It's basically just really pretty rust. It drips down from the ceiling, starts to harden. It leaves us the curtain shape, so we call it drapery. Now we also call it cave bacon because when the light passes through it just right, it leaves those stripes behind. It does, oddly enough, look like a crispy piece of bacon. Now this is a perfect pair for what's down below it. The white wax material you're seeing is called flowstone. Flowstone's made out of calcium carbonate. That's the most active ingredient listed in Tums and Rolaids. That's what gives you that soothing effect when you take those. Like I said, this is the match made in heaven. You've got your bacon and your Tums always together. So,
Throughout the cave were anthodites, or cave flowers as they are more commonly known. Cave flowers are delicate, crystalline, spiky clusters resembling flowers. The abundance of cave flowers found in the Craighead Caverns led to the designation of the Lost Sea as a registered national landmark by the United States Department of the Interior.
on the one hand, we could listen to music, dance the night away, have a great time. On the other hand, the way in and out of the cave was not the best. At the time, all you had was the natural entrance, not the yellow tunnel. The natural entrance is 132 steps at a 45-degree angle. Going down 132 steps to reach the bar was not the hard part. It's going back up 132 steps after leaving the bar. A lot of people had a hard time with that journey back out. I don't know about you guys, but going up 10 stairs while drunk is a hard thing to accomplish, let alone 132. So the Cavern Tavern wasn't very popular for this exact reason. Due to lack of business, it shut down a very famous 2 months later. That was it.
Authentic Tennessee moonshine.
This right here is called the Devil's Hole. If you've been good, you shouldn't see anything. You've been bad, you might see the face of the devil staring back at you. And you're more than welcome to take a look. Hesitation means guilt. Step right up, everybody. Go ahead. There's a lot of hesitation. Now, it's just a water erosion tunnel. It goes down 13 feet, tipped off the size of a softball. We don't really know where it goes from here. That's why the legend's there. It gets smaller and smaller, eventually gets to the size of a dime. We really can't go anywhere.
temperature the water is. So little pool.
So there used to be an opening right here. You can actually see where it curves right here. This was once about the size of a small bicycle tire, and then right here would have been a giant tunnel in this area. Now we did have to clean out just a little bit to make sure it wouldn't flood through here, and this tunnel is sort of still here. It's not the same size it used to be. We did have to blast through, so I will show you guys there is a very defined split right here. This is granite. This is limestone. The difference is limestone doesn't sparkle when the light hits it. Granite does. What you're seeing right here are microflakes. So granite, you can touch. Limestone, you cannot. Limestone grows formations. Granite does not. You can see the very defined split right here. Now from here back is all granite. This is how we knew the boy that found the lake was telling the truth. From here back, you can touch this part of the cave. So knock yourself out. Not literally though.
I asked her.
As you pretty much, yeah. Now, it's not holding anything, it's not blocking anything, it's just in remembrance of the boy that found the lake. So the tunnel itself was discovered by Ben Sands in 1905. Ben was 13 years old. He was down here exploring the cave and he found that little tiny opening, about this big. Now he had an oil lantern. That's not a lot of light. So I have a fully charged flashlight, which is definitely not an oil lantern. But imagine if I do this right. Oh, there you go, auto dim. This is pretty much what an oil lantern would be. Not much light at all. So as he crawls through this little tiny opening, can't see much in front of him. About me to you guys, that's all he had. He crawls further, further, and further. Crawls 45 feet in total, stands up, and he's in a dark room. Now he starts balling up clay from where he's standing, tossing it all around him, trying to see if he can hit a wall just to hear where it's at. And instead of hitting a wall, all he hears is water splashing back. He starts going further into this water. He gets about waist deep, yet again starts tossing that clay. As far as he physically can, all he can hear is water splashing back again. He knew he found a massive source of water, so he ran up, told his hometown everything he witnessed. Nobody believed him. It stayed that way for 59 years. No one believed him. Now, we was talking earlier, we're not called the Lost Sea because we've lost people, because that hasn't happened, making sure y'all know. We haven't lost anybody yet. That's not where we got our name. It's because the lake was lost for 59 years. No one believed him until he was 72 years old. That is one heck of a gap. No one believed Ben because of the time period that all this was found in. He found the lake during a severe drought. It had not rained in 4 months. There was no water to be found on the surface. There was no water really down here. The water he did find was in the very back of the lake, not in the beginning of what you guys are going to see today. Now, when a flood came through, it filled up the entire tunnel. You couldn't go back through it even if you wanted to. That's the water pocket we talked about back here. That's what people would have saw. They thought that was the mysterious lake. So nobody believed Ben. They thought he just over-exaggerated it all. No one believed him until he was 72. Some local geologists were down here. They were exploring the cave. They found that opening that had been dried up due to another drought. Went back through it, tried to map things out, and realized this is a very large lake. And we'd heard a legend about this tossed around throughout the years. So we called Ben Sands, the very first person who had ever told this legend. Turns out it wasn't a legend, it was the truth. He was telling the truth the entire time. We knew he was because he mentioned the granite. This is the only visible granite in the entire cave. Everything else, for the most part, will be the limestone that we've been seeing the entire time. I showed you guys that split for a reason. The granite is what told the truth here. Now, of course, Ben told the truth, but by telling us about the granite, we could pretty well tell he was telling the truth the entire time. He gave a very accurate description of the tunnel. He's the one that came up with the description about the size of a bicycle tire. It's actually about 30 inches wide, but that's very close. So we knew Ben really was telling the truth. He got full rights discovering America's largest underground lake at 72 years old. With his permission, we expanded this opening. When we blasted through, we stacked all the rubble onto the right in remembrance of Ben Sands. He did pass away at 76 years old. Now, if you'd like to see what Ben Sands looked like when he got full credit, there's actually a picture of him on a display. What is it called?
Plaque?
Plaque. There. Thank you. You are heavenly. There is a plaque up in the lobby with his face and his name and a tribute to him. If you'd like to see it, definitely do it at the end of the tour. It's very, very cool to look at. Let's come through here, guys. If you'd like to touch this part of the cave, you are more than welcome to. Granite does not grow formations. You can't touch it. It will feel wet, especially in this area. That's where it's so humid. All that humidity buildup starts to make it feel like it's wet. I promise, you're okay. As we make our way through, guys, we're going to go onto the lake and take our boat ride. Go ahead, follow me.
I go back to the guy and back to the stall right.
The opening to the lake. Sweet. this cave room is approximately 4.5 acres. It is 800 feet long by 220 feet wide and about 65 feet tall. There is another area of the lake that is roughly 9.5 acres, but the room is completely filled with water. The full extent of the Lost Sea is still unknown and continues to be explored today. These rainbow trout are not native to this lake. Originally, the trout were introduced by researchers who hoped to tag them and follow them out of the cave to see where it flowed. Unfortunately, the fish never left. The fish are hand-fed daily as there is no naturally occurring food in the lake, and they are stocked when needed as they cannot reproduce. You will notice that these fish have lost some of their bright colors that are traditional for rainbow trout, and they are about 20% blind. This is due to the low light conditions. According to our tour guide, if humans were to live in a no-light environment, we would begin to lose our sight after only 2 weeks. Before long, it was time to return to the surface. What an incredible experience. We were running late, so we only had time for a quick tour of the gift shop before heading off to our wine tasting.
Salmon. Oh, it's a rainbow trout. Come on. From the Lost Sea. Whoa.
You're good. Don't hurry. You don't need to run.
We know we came late in the day on you. We got.
I know, we're like, people
You're
are gonna kill us.
fine.
Our cave tour was a little
Yeah,
long.
we plan on being here a while.
It's absolutely fine.
Okay.
All right, so we are Solly Notch Vineyard. Solly, silent T. Solly was a Cherokee chief in these parts. East Tennessee, Western North Carolina, very Cherokee territory. All of our wines are named after either Cherokee derivations or locations, okay? So we are a muscadine vineyard, 100% muscadines. Now muscadines are a sweet grape. They are indigenous to the southeast United States. They are a warm, humid weather fruit, way too cold in Canada for muscadines. It's too cold in Ohio for muscadines. So, there are about 56 different varieties of muscadines. We have 6 here, 2 dark reds and 4 bronze. They're gonna make a little bit sweeter wine. We have some dries, but they're dry for a muscadine. They're not gonna be California Cabernets, okay? So, muscadines, I use the term earthy. I think they have an earthy taste and aroma, very distinctive. So when you have your first sip, don't go, what is that? That's the muscadine. Don't freak out. Okay. All right. So we're going to be tasting these 5 highlighted wines today. It's going to be a dry red, dry white, a dry red, a rosé, a semi-sweet white, and then an after-dinner wine similar to a port. And then we're also going to have a juice. Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Great.
So we'll get started here. in a second.
Absolutely.
All right. So first up is going to be called the Notch. This is a dry white. It is oak aged in oak barrels for a little over a year, about 14 months. It's going to have an oaky taste to it. This is one of very few muscadine wines that is aged. It's difficult to age a muscadine wine because of the sugar content in the grape. So this is going to be similar to an oaked Chardonnay. All of our wines are between 12 and 12.5% alcohol, which is about normal for a wine. Okay?
All right.
All right. And so your name is?
Jim.
Jim. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, Jim. Okay, so this is the Notch Dry White Wine.
If you want to have a seat just for a
Ooh, it
second.
smells lovely.
It
First
smells
time here
lovely.
for you? Okay.
This is when you
Look at
need
the color.
smell-o-vision.
You can see the color there.
You can go, absolutely you can just
I
buy.
may just do that and then my husband will.
That'll be fine. Let me give you
That's different, like, than anything I've ever tried, I think.
But it tastes like
Wow.
a whiskey.
I
A
don't
little
know, it's
hint.
very
Just a
different.
tiny, if you wanted a fine whiskey light without the heaviness or the,
And it's a bit fruity, but yeah, there's
Yeah.
a
It's
hint
nice
of that
though. It's very
oaky
light.
age.
yeah, doesn't taste like wine. To me,
No.
No, but
No,
it's
it's
weird to me.
earthier
It almost,
and stronger.
yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
It's different than a whiskey because I like bourbon.
it's different, more different than anything I think I've ever tried. Like, it's not specific to one certain
You
flavor.
could give that to people. I'll tell them what it is, and just have a fine evening with everybody trying to guess.
I
It's
think
very
so.
tart, like a sweet and sour
I like
tart.
that.
That's cool.
That's nice.
I'm going to give you a bottle just
I-
to have it for
I
my
think so
drink.
too.
Like
Yeah.
an apricot brandy.
Yeah,
That is lovely.
kinda.
A nice sipper, maybe. It's the sipper I was looking for. Okay, I like that.
the Chatsworth. Okay, this is going to be a dry red. It is served at room temperature. It's going to be similar to a red blend.
I want to smell. A little bit, very sweet.
Earthy. An earthy aroma.
Ooh, sweet. As they say, if you're not sweet and you're not fried, it's not southern.
This is going to be a semi-sweet white. Now this is actually going to be our sweetest wine. It is going to be a clean, crisp sweet. It's not going to be syrupy and icky. It's also going to, icky is a technical wine term. I had to go to school to learn that.
Very nice.
Sommelier school. Okay. So this is going to be a very traditional taste for a muscadine wine. This is what Southerners think a muscadine wine's going to taste like.
Oh, flavors.
Sweet but not
I know.
picky. It's true, he's right.
The Teleco. Now this is going to be an after-dinner wine. This is a fortified wine, meaning alcohol has been added to it. This is 18% alcohol, where everything else you've had was 12 to 12.5. So like a port, or a brandy is stronger, this is going to be stronger.
Cherry?
You're going to taste plum notes,
Plum.
dark
yeah.
cherry, kind
Cherry,
of
there you go.
peppery. Some folks have said chocolate. Some folks have said tobacco. So everybody kind of has,
Smell
it hits everybody a little bit differently.
Teleco. Look at the color.
It's like a Serrano that you enjoy, like the drink.
Definitely. The plum is like very prominent.
Mmm. Oh,
Some drink somewhere.
and let's say like a coffee almost, like a
Number 2 is my favorite.
Yeah. Yep, I get, yep.
cherry plum, peppery. The peppery is the.
I think that's it.
What a great
Got
sipping
one more to go.
pipe.
What? One more?
This is a bonus
Oh.
for Alabamians and Canoes. Exactly.
Alabamians are generally known as rednecks, but so are Tennesseans.
We're known as hosers, okay? Hosers and hose heads.
Hosers, eh?
All right, we're gonna have juice. This is 100% muscadine grape juice.
Really?
No water added, no sugar added, no alcohol. Plain old muscadine grape juice. Now, muscadines are the highest fruit of any fruit in antioxidants. Higher than pomegranates, higher than cherries, higher than blueberries.
Really?
It's a natural. It's a natural anti-inflammatory. So your tailbone is going to be better.
Maybe that's
So-
it.
Okay, now we're getting healthy.
What do you think of this location?
Oh, you get a video. Honestly, it's 360 degrees. Stunning views. There's no bad place to look. Rolling hills. We're probably looking at several states. Who knows? It's as far as the eye can see. Sea of colors, vineyard. I mean, this is a postcard.
These rolling hills.
As the sun sets over the rolling hills of this paradise, we'll forever cherish the memories of our underground exploration, discovering unique treasures both below and above the Earth's surface.
So it's the Guinness Book, like the Innis Brook. Guinness Book. It's a book, it's the Guinness Book.
Make that the Guinness Book of World Records. Yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
not the Guinness World Book of Records.
Guinness World Book of Records.
It's the Guinness Book of World Records? No, it's the Guinness World of Book Records.
Shut up.
That's a good outtake.
Well, it's another beautiful fall day. I'm not gonna get this.
It's a day.
Okay, it's another beautiful fall day in Tennessee, and we are off for an incredible adventure at the Lost.
See,
I'm not gonna get this. Okay, Lost.
first one was the best one.
Okay, how do you do this all the time?
really was the
How do you
first
stay
one.
professional on camera? There's no freaking way. Okay.
After about 5 of them, I get mad at myself.
I bet, yeah. I mean, well, normally you're a one-take wonder. I am not a one-take wonder. I'm
First
a
take was the best
100-take
take, I'm
wonder.
telling
I could be in the Guinness Book of World Records for taking the longest times to shoot. Okay. Okay, GoPro, stop recording.